Welcome back to my channel, guys. Time for another manga chapter review. It's been a long time since I've done a manga chapter review. The ones that were posted a few weeks ago, I recorded weeks before then. So it's a little strange to be honest. But I want to jump back to chapter reviews. I really do. They're a little bit more difficult to record just because reading it super easy. Recording them are not so easy. So hopefully I can jump back to it. There's going to be on Star of Beethoven, which is a new series that just aired on Sunday, yesterday. So um, go check it out. It is on Shonen Jump. So for a while, I've been doing a lot of Yem Press stuff. Trying to not do so much of it. They've kind of stopped sending content when it comes to physical copies. So I will be doing some of their stuff still because they are sending me some online stuff, but not as much when it comes to continuation things. Anyways, it is what it is. Not really too hurt about it. It gives me more space to, again, go beyond Yem Press. And this is a Shonen Jump series called Star of Beethoven. It aired in February 9th. That's the first chapter. And I was recommended to read this by one of you guys. So thank you again for recommending it for me, Quilter. You've recommended two series actually, not just this one, also Embers, which I will be also doing a video because I read it, never did a video, but we'll be recording it. So it is a really nice story. Before anything, guys, if you haven't done so by now, subscribe to my channel, give some love by commenting, liking, and sharing. If you haven't done so by now, make sure you check out my other videos. And with nothing else to do, let's start the review. So it starts off with this guy who he's kind of very chalant about school. He's late, first of all, and he just decides that he's not going to go to the first day of school. Um, we do know that he likes music because even his ringtone is all about music, but we don't know or we don't know a lot about him yet. His name is Yaso. Now Yaso goes to the convenience store, talks to the guy. It's like very chalant. The guy's like, "You should be in school." He's like, "Yeah, I should, but I'm not gonna be." And he's looking for noodles, and we then learn that Yaso works there, I guess a part-time job. And while this is happening, this weird and strange man shows up. And come and behold, he thinks that he is Beethoven. And he's kind of like, he's talking German, first of all. Yaso, for some reason, is able to communicate with him in German. Um, and he helps the store manager by getting him removed from the store because he's just kind of weirding everyone out. So he goes and takes him for breakfast, and he claims to him that he's Beethoven. He's like, okay, let's say that you're not crazy and that you are saying the truth. It's been 200 years since Beethoven died. And he tells him like you're a little insane, and he uh definitely definitely still believes that he is. And they have this whole conversation through just food, and he's very much acting like he's superior to him. Like he has like this, I'm a noble and you're peasants, and like why you talk to me like this attitude the entire time. And then he takes them out and shows them like the real world, cars and all stuff, going around. He's like, this is the world. You're a little crazy. And he's like, I just want to see a piano. And in all this, he's very poetically speaking still. Um, and they go to like I guess a mall where there's a piano. And while going to the mall, they bump into this girl called Kahoin, I believe is her name. She seems to know Yaso. We don't know much about her. There's another girl who's there as well, who's masked. We know less about her, but it just seems like they know who he is. And we get this a little sprinkle of who Yaso is, and that is essentially At some point there was competition. He didn't do so well, and ever since then, he's never played the piano. So he is a pianist aficionado, but he's left it. Very much similar to your Lion April. I'm just saying. um, but these girls are encouraging him to go back to the piano, and she even like threatens him like, show me that you're too rusty to come back, show me that you suck, that way I'll leave you alone. And he's like, I'm not gonna prove you anything. And at the same time, there's this crazy man who wants to play the piano, and um he kind of, I don't know, he kind of is going through this whole like, I can't play it. And he even quotes a famous writer, um, who said, you know, you miss a day, your fingers feel it. You miss 2 days, you can hear it. You miss 3 days, the critics can hear it. Miss 4 days, the audience, something like that, can hear it. And it's very much like, if you don't practice like you're supposed to, you're not gonna feel it. And yet other people say if the passion's there, the passion will always be there. So which one is it? Well, he sits down with this man. He's like, four hands it is, and he's gonna play the fifth symphony of Beethoven, which, if you know any historical mark to that, that is the last symphony he wrote. It is the symphony he wrote in his deathbed, and because of it, it was kind of given a dark name to it. I think the Fate Symphony is what it's called. And he, in the manga, he's like, "Why is it called like that?" And he's like, "Well, they named it because you died, and someone had to name it, and they named that." And he's like, "That's not what I wanted to name it, but it's kind of funny." But in the whole sense, it's like, if you know what you know. And it does have that very iconic dun 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 beginning. If again, if you know it, you know it, because past that, they start playing, and we don't really get much as only like their emotions, which is extreme emotions. We can see that he is into it. He can really feel the music, but we don't get the sound, and that's, I'm gonna get to that in just a second. The chapter ends with essentially him saying, "You're gonna be my pupil." Everyone applauding. The girls, the masked girl being, "Oh yeah, he's still good." The other girl saying, "Wow, he wasn't that good," and that's kind of how the chapter ends. Just summarize in a nutshell. Going to what I like and what I don't like about the series. First of all, I don't like that it is a music series, and when there's no music, obviously because you're reading it, it takes away a little bit from the story. I do like that it's a music series because personally, I have a music degree. I love music, even though I don't teach music or I don't do music as a job. It is still a very big passion of mine, and I still do some of it outside of work. Um, but again, it does take away from the story. Um, am I going to still enjoy it? Yeah, probably. Just because a lot of the songs that they'll probably play, composers they'll mention, stuff like that, is people or things that I've heard or know of. So probably will still enjoy it. And if I don't, it'll probably push me to research it and hear it so I can hear what they're trying to portray in the manga. So, with that note, it is a series that people who love music will enjoy. People that don't like classical music or that kind of style of music might not enjoy it as much, but it does seem like it's going to be another drama series similar to your Line April, maybe not with the whole death and whole dramatic part like it is in your Line April, but maybe more like Forest Piano, I guess, a little bit still drama there, but not. Well, is there death in Forest Piano? Anyways, um, it, it's gonna be very good. I just know it. If you're into that genre, if you're not, it's not gonna be your thing, and that's okay. I kind of feel like Forest of Piano and Your Lie in April are two series that are very much like you really enjoy them, or you just you don't care for it, which is fine because I really enjoy those series. So go check it out. It is on Shonen Jump, one chapter out, time of recording. I will be hopefully reacting to this one weekly. So thank you for your love and support. And like always, don't be strangers. See you guys.